So what do we mean by a linear equation? Well, this is the formal math definition, but what does it mean in plain English? Well, a linear equation is one that describes the relationship between two things that are changing at a constant rate with respect to each other. All right, even that might sound a little fancy, but this is something that practically every adult already has experience with. For example, if you're on the interstate and you got your cruise control on and you're traveling at a constant speed, then the distance you've traveled is changing at a constant rate with respect to the time that you've traveled. In this situation, that constant rate is what we call your speed. All right, so let me give you another example. Suppose you rent a car and you get charged a flat fee of $40 plus a per mile rate. Now, the relationship between the distance you traveled and the amount you owe is also going to be linear, this time with the constant rate being that per mile charge. Okay, so how does this all connect back to the equation? Well, to see how this works, we need to be a little more specific. So suppose you get charged that $40 flat fee, and the per mile rate, let's say it's 50 cents per mile. Right, then the cost is going to equal 0.50, that's the 50 cents per mile, times the mileage plus the $20. All right, now this may not look like the equation in the definition, but we can get it there. All right, so first, when we choose variables, it's generally a good idea to pick ones that have a connection to the things they represent. For example, I chose C for the cost and M for the number of miles. But we don't have to. I can replace the C with a Y and the M with an X, and the equation still means the same thing. It's just a little more generic. Now, if I apply a little algebra and shift the X part and the $20 to the other side, then the equation looks like this. And that looks a lot more like the original equation. A is equal to 1, B is equal to negative 0.5, and the C is equal to negative 20. So that's what the definition means by it's an equation that can be put in the form. You might not start off there, but if we can manipulate it until it looks like that, right, then it's going to qualify as a linear equation. Now, in math terms, this is one of the simplest mathematical models, but it's still a really useful one. It comes up in fields as far apart as business, psychology, and chemistry. So if you have any questions, you're welcome to post them below. We can continue the conversation there. And if you like this or found it helpful, please don't forget to click on the like button as well.